It's time for Recipe of the Day. Happy Friday. We made it. And I want to say that when I am recording this episode is on my parents' 53rd wedding anniversary. It'll be airing after that, but that's when I'm recording it. And I wanted to just tell you a quick memory about my parents. Whenever we would go on vacation together, we would go for happy hour. And one of my parents' favorite things was to find a place with a view of the sunset. And we'd have that like beginning of evening drink and hang out while the beautiful sun disappeared into the ocean. Really, really lovely times spent like that. And to this day, it's one of my favorite things to do when we're on vacation is to locate a great little bar or picturesque spot to watch the sunset and, mark the end of that vacation day and the beginning of that vacation night. Much like the way that we celebrate a Friday night. And so I'm telling you about a drink that looks like a sunset, but is actually called a frozen tequila sunrise. So you probably know this already, but in case you don't, a tequila sunrise is a cocktail made from orange juice and tequila, and it gets its name from a little bit of grenadine that's dropped into the bottom of the glass, which gradually blends with the orange juice, giving it that sunrise or sunset effect. And because the grenadine is thicker, heavier, more viscous than the orange juice, if you add it before or after adding the orange juice, it tends to sink to the bottom and give you that effect. And in general, when making this drink, what you do is you mix together the tequila and orange juice and the ice first in a glass, and then you put the grenadine on top and it sinks down to the bottom. And that is actually what we're going to do sort of for this frozen version. So what you're going to do is you're going to get a high speed, powerful blender, something that can handle some ice. And to that blender, you're adding 3 cups of ice, a cup of orange juice, and 2 ounces of tequila. We are making 2 drinks here. Then you're going to pulse that a little bit and then blend it until it's nice and smooth like a slushy. You pour that into 2 tall glasses, and then you want that grenadine to sink down to the bottom to give that effect. So what I do is I put a tall spoon down the side of the glass, inside the glass, and I pour a tablespoon of grenadine sort of down the spoon, and it's going to sink down along the side of the glass, end up in the bottom, and give you that gradual sunset, ombre, sunrise effect there. Then you garnish that with a slice of orange and a maraschino cherry. It is so retro and fantastic. And you sip on that, pretending that you are on vacation, watching the sun set. I will put the link to this recipe in the show notes for this podcast episode, or you can head to cookthestory.com/ROTD and get it there. Everything there is arranged by date, so it's helpful to know that today is June 6th of 2025. And if you have tried this recipe, or if you've tried any of the recipes from either of my sites, cookthestory.com or thecookful.com, and you've loved them, I would appreciate it if you would go and leave a comment and a 5-star rating. The comment just always makes my day. I love seeing what you guys are making, how you've changed it, what you've loved about it. Please, please, please tell me that. And then when you do the 5-star rating, that actually helps me grow my business. It brings more people to the websites because they see those ratings on Google when they're searching for recipes, and they're more likely to click over. So that is super helpful. So if you haven't already, if you've made a recipe from one of the sites and loved it, go now and leave a comment and rating. And I know that many of you have been doing this and do it all the time. I see those comments and ratings. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. I'm Christine Pittman from cookthestory.com, thecookful.com, the all-new chicken cookbook, and from this podcast, Recipe of the Day. I hope you have a great day. Let's get cooking.